This program is made by MPT to enrich the diverse communities throughout our state and is made possible by the generous support of our members. Thank you.
Social Security is a labyrinth of regulations. In Social Security and You, seasoned financial journalist and Social Security expert Mary Beth Franklin leads the viewer through the many decisions they must make and when to make them. From the steps of claiming Social Security to strategies for maximizing benefits, Mary Beth shares clear, concise, and useful information to help Americans take control of their financial future. Social Security and You, the user's guide we've all been waiting for. Social Security and You is made possible by
Clarent, combining human intelligence and technology solutions to combat fraud, waste, and abuse. Since 1973, Clarent has been dedicated to protecting the quality and financial well-being of the nation's most important programs. Learn more at clarent.com. Whether it's planning for your child's education or saving for retirement, at Raskin Global, we pride ourselves on offering our clients a full financial health assessment, providing you with the tools to help simplify life's complex financial decisions. Learn more at raskinglobal.com.
And by the generous contributions of viewers like you. Thank you. And now here's your host, Mary Beth Franklin.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming to this special program, Social Security and You. I'm Mary Beth Franklin. I'm delighted you're here with me. You know, when most people think about retirement, one of the first questions they ask is, when should I collect Social Security? Well, the answer may not be quite as simple as you think. Do you know there are more than 2,700 rules that govern your Social Security benefits? And deciding when and how to claim benefits can have a major impact on your retirement income for the rest of your life. Now, whether you're contemplating your own retirement, maybe helping your parents with their retirement decisions, or maybe you just started working and wonder, is Social Security going to be there for me? This is the program for you. For the past decade, I've been writing and speaking about Social Security rules and strategies to help people make the best decision for them, whether they're married, single, divorced, widowed, and today I'm here to share my top tips with you. Now, the bottom line is the longer you wait to claim Social Security benefits up until age 70, the bigger the monthly benefit will be for the rest of your life. Now, you can claim benefits as early as age 62, but you might not want to because those benefits could be permanently reduced by 25% or more. That's a big haircut. Deciding when to claim Social Security is a really personal decision. Now, for some people, it makes sense to claim reduced benefits early. Maybe you're in poor health. Maybe you need the money. Go ahead, claim those benefits. You have worked so hard for them and paid so much for them in forms of the FICA payroll taxes you pay every week. But for those people who say, you know, I hear Social Security is going broke, I'm going to grab those benefits as soon as I can. Well, I have this cautionary tale for you. The idea of claiming reduced Social Security benefits early out of fear is a bit like selling your stocks in a down market. The only thing you have guaranteed is you just locked in a loss. So let's dive into some of the basics of Social Security. Who pays for it? How do you become eligible? And most importantly, how do you figure out how much you get? For most retirees, Social Security is a critical piece of our individual retirement income puzzle. Particularly in an era of disappearing pensions, Social Security is, for many of us, the only form of guaranteed income for the rest of our lives, no matter how long we live, and more importantly, it's adjusted for inflation. Even people who are lucky enough to have a traditional pension, it's unusual to get an inflation adjustment unless you happen to work for the federal government. But Social Security was never designed to be your sole source of retirement income. On average, it replaces about 40% of pre-retirement income for the typical worker. And for higher income workers, it's even less, about 25%. So what does that mean? It means you need other sources of income in retirement to have a comfortable retirement. Now, it could be you have savings in a 401k or an IRA, or maybe you're lucky enough to still have a pension. For some people, it's working part-time in retirement or seasonally or as a consultant. And for a lot of American homeowners, they have more money tied up in their homes than they have in a 401k plan. In some cases, it may make sense to tap some of that home equity to help you ease into retirement. And then there are other people who have a lot of other assets. They might have brokerage accounts. They might have an inheritance. They might have a rental property that produces incomes. Each of those forms of income creates your individual retirement income puzzle. The challenge is, how do we get the right amount of money out in the right form in the least taxed way? Because just like the days when you're working in retirement, it's not just what you have, but it's what you keep after you pay your taxes. Social Security benefit got a huge increase for 2023, 8.7%. That is the biggest increase we have seen in more than 40 years. And what a great thing that is for retirees who are collecting benefits. But for people who continue to work, particularly higher income workers, it also means they will be paying more in payroll taxes than they were the year before. Over the years, I have answered thousands of questions from consumers like you and financial advisors of when's the best time to collect Social Security benefits. And the most popular question I'm getting these days is, hey, big 8.7% COLA, I guess I should claim Social Security now. You know what? You don't have to. For every year you are eligible to claim Social Security starting at age 62, up until the time you actually claim benefits, as late as age 70, every single year that there is a cost of living adjustment, it is automatically factored into your future benefit. So if you are 62 or older in 2023, you do not need to claim Social Security in order to take advantage of that cost of living. Whenever you claim it in the future, that will be baked into your future benefits. Let's go back to the important stuff. Who pays for Social Security? We all do. Workers and employers each pay 6.2% of gross wages to fund Social Security benefits. If you happen to be self-employed, like me, you get the privilege of paying both shares as employer and employee for a combination of 12.4%. And we pay these FICA taxes up to a certain taxable wage base. For 2023, it's about $160,000. If you make more than that, you don't pay FICA taxes on that excess amount that funds Social Security. It's a big jump from the year before when it was $147,000, which means higher income workers will be paying more FICA taxes in 2023 than they did the year before. Now, Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system. It's not like your private IRA with your future Social Security benefit in a lockbox someplace. No, not at all. Your taxes that you pay now as a worker are funding the benefits of today's retirees. No, it's a social insurance program. It's a pooled benefit. And today's workers pay taxes that pay the benefits of today's retirees. It's a pay-as-you-go system, which means when you finally get around to claiming Social Security benefits, you will be relying on the taxes paid by the workers at that time to fund your benefits. So you better be nice to your kids. How do you qualify for benefits? Well, not only do you pay these taxes, but you have to earn a minimum amount of credits. You can earn at least 4 credits per year, and you need a minimum of 40 credits. So essentially, you have to work in covered employment for at least 10 years to be eligible for a future Social Security benefit. If you don't have 40 credits, you can't get a Social Security benefit. But the good news is, every time you continue to work, regardless of your age. It will continue adding to your earnings history. So once you get to those minimum 40 credits, you're good. In the future, you will qualify for Social Security at the appropriate age. How do we figure out how much those benefits are? There's another piece of the puzzle. It's based on your average lifetime earnings. Now, Social Security defines that as your top 35 years of earnings, indexed for inflation. So what you made back in 1978, they factor into roughly what it would be worth now. So you get your top 35 years of earnings to indicate what your average lifetime earnings were, and they apply a formula to that. What happens if you didn't work 35 years? Maybe you were a stay-at-home mom and you only worked 20 years. You took care of your kids. You will have 15 years of zeros in your calculations because Social Security always divides by 35. That means you're going to have a smaller average lifetime benefit and consequently a smaller future Social Security benefit. But remember, if you keep working, even at advanced ages, you could increase your future Social Security benefit. The key, though, that determines how big your benefits are your age when you claim benefits. Yes, you can claim as early as age 62, and in some cases that may make sense. But if you do, your benefits will permanently be reduced by 25% or more, depending on your birth year. For example, I was born in 1954. My birth year was the last year that the full retirement age is 66. After that, it creeps up. Those born in 1955, it's 66 and 2 months, 56, 66 and 4 months, all the way up to 67 for people born in 1960 or later. The other disadvantage of claiming benefits before your full retirement age, not only are they reduced for claiming early, but if you continue to work, and this is earnings from a job or self-employment, it's not pension or investments or any passive income like this. But if you claim benefits before your full retirement age and continue to work, now you're going to lose even more benefits if you make too much money. And in 2023, you know what too much money is? About $21,000 a year. Not a good idea. If you wait till your full retirement age, not only do you get 100% of the benefits that you have worked so hard for and paid so much for, but there's no earnings restrictions. The earnings cap goes away at your full retirement age. So you could keep working and make as much money as you want, and it will not affect your Social Security benefits. But for those people who are able and willing to wait, patience really pays off. You can earn a delayed retirement credit worth 8% per year for every year you postpone claiming your Social Security beyond your full retirement age up until age 70. So my full retirement age is 66. If I wait till 70 to claim benefits, that's an extra 4 years. That's an extra 32% more than my full retirement age benefit. I've just increased my benefits by 1/3. That is a smoking hot deal. Now, over the past decade, we have lived in a virtually zero interest rate environment. And the government was saying to us, wait, and each year you wait, I will give you 8% a year. You couldn't get that anyplace else. You have to compare it to a risk-free investment. Yes, you could take that money and put it in the stock market. Hey, last year you might have done great. This year, not so great. You might have lost 30%. But to put it in the bank, until about a year ago, you would have gotten 0. And the government was giving you 8%. We're now in a different interest rate environment. Interest rates are starting to creep up. But still, you might get 4% on a CD, but I don't know any place else you're going to get 8% a year the way you will by waiting for Social Security. As I mentioned, your full retirement age depends on your birth year. It goes anywhere from 66 up to 67. Now, that's under current law. Things could change in the future. I've often said that it would not surprise me if the full retirement age is increased gradually, like maybe till 69 or 70. But don't panic. I am talking about today's 2-year-olds. They'll get used to it. They're going to live to 120 anyway. The last time they changed the full retirement age was in 1983, the last time we had major Social Security reform. When they said we are going to gradually increase the full retirement age from what was then 65 to 67. That was in 1983. That law is not fully implemented yet. In fact, in 2022 was the first year that people who were born in 1960 and have a full retirement age of 67, they reached their eligibility age, 62, in 2022. That was nearly 40 years of phasing in that change. When Congress makes a public policy change and gives us a long time to adjust, in my opinion, that's good public policy. Not so great when they change the rule and only give you a few months or a few years to adjust. Here is a really key point to make you think about why you might want to delay. The difference between claiming your benefits as soon as possible at age 62 or waiting to the maximum age of 70 to claim the biggest benefits possible means your monthly Social Security benefits would increase by 76%. That is enormous. And as a certified financial planner, there is no investment that I can recommend to you that is guaranteed to increase 76% over an 8-year period. And not only do these delayed retirement credits increase by 8% per year between your full retirement age and age 70, but remember, every cost of living adjustment that is applied between the time you're 62 and the time you claim is also added to it. So your benefit could be significantly larger. Now, who gets those delayed retirement credits? They're called delayed retirement credits for a reason. They only apply to a worker's own retirement benefit. If I don't have my 40 credits, I'm not entitled to Social Security. But hey, I'm married to somebody who gets Social Security. I can qualify as a spouse. But my benefit as a spouse is worth the maximum amount when I claim it at my full retirement age. It's half of my husband or half of my wife's full retirement age benefit. It does not grow any bigger if I wait beyond my full retirement age to collect it. Same thing with survivor benefits. If my husband or wife dies, my maximum survivor benefit is if I claim it at my full retirement age. It does not continue to grow by 8% a year. Only a worker's retirement benefit does. But if one spouse decides to claim benefits at age 70, they create the largest retirement benefit possible while both spouses are alive. And if that spouse, who tends to be the husband, who tends to die first, if he dies first, the survivor benefit for his wife will be 100% of what he was entitled to, including those delayed retirement credits. So having one spouse wait until age 70 creates not just the maximum retirement benefit, but possibly the maximum survivor benefit. My number one rule about claiming Social Security benefits is, in most cases, if you plan to keep working, it does not make sense to claim benefits before your full retirement age. You're going to take a cut in benefits for claiming early and another cut in benefits in case you make too much money. And all types of benefits, retirement benefits, spousal benefits, survivor benefits, they are all subject to the same earnings restrictions, which in 2023 is about $21,000 a year. If you make more than that, you lose $1 in benefits for every 2 over the limit. So you make about $60,000, gone, everything's gone. But when you get to your full retirement age, Social Security is going to review your record. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I see you claimed your benefits early at 62, and you took a 25% haircut. And I also see here you worked part-time over the last 4 years, and you forfeited 2 years' worth of benefits. So now we're going to readjust it and pretend as if you claimed at 64 instead of 62. You're going to get a larger benefit going forward. But it can be a nasty accounting problem. You retire early, Social Security says, so do you plan to work? And you say, no, I'm not going to work. You figure you put a fast one over in Social Security. Well, they do talk to the IRS. Sometimes it takes a couple years, and then Social Security will send you a letter that says, dear Mr. Johnson, it looks like we overpaid you by $30,000. We'd like that back right now in a lump sum. Really, avoid the problem and just don't claim benefits early if you continue to work. But the golden lining, silver lining of this is if you forfeit any benefits to the earnings restrictions, You will get them back once you reach full retirement age in the form of larger monthly benefits. They're really not gone forever. So the bottom line is, should you delay to claim Social Security? It's a bit like the lottery. You must be present to win. You know, if you're not going to be around a long time, maybe not such a good decision. But frankly, most people underestimate their average life expectancy. The average 65-year-old man will live till 84. The average 65-year-old woman will live till 87. And half of Americans will live even longer than that. The pros of waiting to collect the biggest benefit possible is, of course, you get a bigger benefit the longer you wait up until age 70. Now, you never want to wait beyond 70 to claim benefits because those delayed retirement credits stop. So what's the point? Collect it at 70 even if you're still working and even if you don't need the money. By choosing a bigger benefit, you have also created a bigger benefit base. So each year when there is a cost of living adjustment, most recently 8.7%, that percentage is applied to a bigger base. And that means you will get a larger annual raise each year. And for married couples particularly, having at least one spouse wait until age 70 to claim creates not only the biggest retirement benefit, but possibly a larger survivor benefit. Now, it's not a slam dunk decision. The decision to delay benefits means you have reduced cash flow now. What do you do for money in between? If you're like a lot of people who plan to keep working, problem solved. You've got income from a job. But in other cases, you might actually want to retire and yet still delay that decision to claim Social Security benefits. What do you do in between? You could tap some of those other assets like your IRA, your 401k, maybe some other investments as a way of buying yourself a bigger guaranteed benefit in the future. Now, the real downside is what happens if you die before you claim? Well, if you're single, that's unfortunate because Social Security is a social insurance program. You don't have a survivor. Your money goes back into the pot so that it will be distributed to other retirees. But if you're married, someone is likely to get your survivor benefit. So there are some good reasons to claim early. If you're in poor health and unlikely to reach normal life expectancy, but Americans live a long time. In general, a 65-year-old woman's going to live till 87, 65-year-old man till about 84, and half of all Americans will live longer than that. Other people simply need the money now. A lot of older workers lost their jobs during COVID, either because their jobs disappeared or due to health concerns, they were afraid to go back to work. Some people choose to retire early and work part-time. If you're earning less than the earnings cap, about $21,000 a year in 2023, might make sense. And finally, for married couples, it may make sense for one spouse to claim benefits early. So up next, I'm going to talk about why your marital status, whether you are single, married, widowed, divorced, should determine when you claim your Social Security benefits. So stay with us and we'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Social Security and You with Mary Beth Franklin.